I'm a cosmologist.
What's that?
I study the marriage of space and time.
The hardest part was that when you make a film, you tend not to be able to shoot chronologically because it's really expensive, and so in one day you would have to jump between different periods in Stephen's life and Jane's life, and so Felicity and I were having to jump between different ages and physicalities, and that was probably, keeping a tap on that was probably the hardest part. I was pretty awful. I wish I could pretend that I had a capability with mathematics. Everyone in my family does, but somehow I missed that gene. I'm like one of those people, when it comes to doing the bill, like splitting the bill, I have to go, okay, literally, get my fingers out on my iPhone.
What if I reverse time to see what happened at the beginning of time itself?
One of the things that I found most reassuring about researching Stephen was that when he was young, he openly admits to the fact that when he was 21 years old, he was incredibly complacent and lazy. And I just find that so reaffirming to know that one of the great minds of our lifetimes started off like being lazy. I've made this film Jupiter Ascending, in which I was playing this kind of tycoon baron out in space, and he was very vain and he had long fingernails, and so I had to have long fingernails for several months while I was filming it, and then the second it finished I cut my fingernails and then started researching for the theory of everything, and found a little passage by Jane, Stephen's first wife, saying that he had grown his fingernails aged 21 as an act of defiance, and he'd had long fingernails ever since. And I started seeing these documentaries that he had long fingernails, and I said to my girlfriend, I'm afraid I'm going to have to start growing them again. She was like, really?
Keep going.
I don't know how.
Yet.
Rewinding?
Where's who?
It's called motor neuron disease. Life expectancy is 2 years.
It was one of the great moments of my life. It was also one of the most terrifying moments of my life. I spent months researching him. He'd become a complete idol in my mind by that point, and it was like meeting a rock star. I got so nervous that I just ended up spewing forth information about him to him, which is thoroughly embarrassing, but it was amazing when I met him. So when Stephen saw the film, I was rehearsing, so I couldn't see him afterwards, but I saw him just before he went in, and I said, look, Stephen, I'm very nervous, but please, do let me know what you think. And it takes him a while to type out now, because he just uses a few muscles on his face to communicate, and he took a while to respond, and then he said in his sort of iconic voice, he said, I will let you know what I think, good or otherwise. I went, okay, Stephen, if it's otherwise, maybe just stick to otherwise. You don't need to tell me all of the things I got wrong. But he's been so lovely since, and which has meant the world to me.
However bad life may seem, while there is life, there is hope.
Thank you.
Sorry, did you say something?
I said thank you.